You're one of those people who like to start their Christmas a little bit early. We have a very special patriotic ornament to show you. The unique collectibles honoring our nation's president and White House anniversaries have become part of the holiday tradition for millions of American families, including mine. And joining us here to share the inspiration and history behind this year's design is the president of the White House Historical Association. That is Stuart McLaurin. Stuart, good morning.
JJ, it's great to be with you from your nation's capital in Washington, D.C.
Yes, good morning to you over on the East Coast. Well, we're out here in Vegas. My husband and I, in our garage, have a special box for these White House ornaments. I mentioned to you, my husband started collecting them in the early 2000s. They're very unique. Tell us a little bit about the history of these yearly ornaments.
Well, in 1981, Nancy Reagan was First Lady, and the decision was made to create an ornament every year, the proceeds of which would go to support our nonprofit, nonpartisan work. We have no government funding at all, yet we are supportive of the White House to maintain the beautiful museum standard that you see in all of the state rooms. And we also have education programs to teach and tell the stories of White House history. That's largely funded by this ornament every year, believe it or not.
Oh.
They're American made by a veteran-owned small business in Rhode Island, and very reasonably priced. And as you know personally, they're collectibles, and they all come in these beautiful boxes. This year it's Eisenhower, and he was the first American president to use helicopters for presidential travel. So this depicts his 1957 Sikorsky-made helicopter.
Wow.
And tells that wonderful story.
Oh, this is so neat. So I, have
Isn't
about
that great? And a little box.
A little box goes with it. I have about 10 of these, as I mentioned. And
Yes.
This is a very unique ornament, though. There's never been any kind of a vehicle, to my knowledge. All the ornaments that I have are kind of flat ornaments. So this is super special.
Yes, that's right.
And it's really interesting to know that Nancy Reagan started this whole thing.
She did, and it was, I often say if I'd been in the room when somebody came in with the idea, I would have thought, okay, fine, do an ornament. But
Sure.
thank goodness she did, and they did, because that has really supported our work ever since. And they're beautiful. They're heirloom quality. People buy them for themselves, give them to others, give them to their children and their grandchildren. Very well made, beautifully handmade. Each box, in fact, this one, the helicopter, you nestle it into the South Lawn where the helicopter lands. You have the White House on one side and the National Mall on the other side. It's a great thing, and all the packaging. Here's some samples of some previous years over here that I brought. On our website, whitehousehistory.org, you can get them, all of them. We continue to manufacture them, going back to the original George Washington ornament in 1981, and get all the presidents. Next year is John Kennedy, so you'll have to stay tuned for that one.
Oh wow, yeah, I wonder what you'll design for that. This is really neat. They're very special little pieces. Certainly, for many of us, when we decorate our holiday tree, you want to have unique things and things that have meaning to you. And if you love the history of our country, and I appreciate that you say it's totally nonpartisan, but if you love the history of our country and you want to
Right.
celebrate it in a beautiful way, then consider ordering one of these ornaments. I didn't know, by the way, you could order past years, so I'm going to look into that. Where do we go
Yes.
to order the ornaments?
Our website, whitehousehistory.org, you can get this year's ornament, $22.95, free shipping for up to 5. You can have it very quickly to give as gifts. And also, that website is a treasure trove of historic information on the White House that you can learn. Students, teachers, anyone interested in White House history,
Beautiful.
encourage you to go to our website. You can buy this ornament and all the previous years, and you need to complete your set.
You got that right, and I absolutely appreciate they're made in the USA. Stuart, thank you so much. Get into the holiday spirit.
Thanks, JJ. Great talking with you.
You too. The official White House Christmas ornament at the website right there on your screen. The White House Historical Association, proud sponsor of the Morning Blend.